Hey Facebook world, welcome back to Functional Movement Friday. We thought about doing an awkward 17.5 double unders, thrusters, but there were so many Dave Cashman impersonations, so we decided not to do that. We just did. But what we're going to talk about today is how to get through the thrusters and the double unders, and the main thing, opening up the hips, thoracic spine, and the shoulders. So we have Miss Brittany with us today for our demonstration. So we're going to go over our favorite thoracic openers first. Just as a refresher, we did this a couple weeks ago, but we're going to start with that one because if you only have time to do one mobility piece, that would be the one. So Britt, if you would, please get right here in that quadruped position and show us some good thoracic openers. While Britt's doing this, you see she's getting down low and getting that elbow up to the ceiling, as high as she can go, back down. Good. Back up to the top. Awesome. Awesome. You can come out of it, Britt. So, of course, we're doing that on both sides. We can also do it with internal rotation as we're going through, but it is important to do that because that's going to open up thoracic spine. I want to show y'all something with Brittany. She's got a great position here. Go ahead, Britt, with the front rack position. Just do a thruster with this PVC pipe, kind of slow. At the bottom, good, and get right back up at the top, good. All right, just relax for a sec. So a lot of times, all right, and she's great with a good front rack position, keeping her torso upright, but oftentimes if our elbows aren't high enough and our shoulders aren't mobile, then the thoracic spine of the torso will collapse. And that'll affect all kinds of other things downstream, especially as we get later on into the 10 rounds, doing 90 thrusters, and there's double unders mixed in between there. So we're going to show you a really good mobility piece next to the thoracic spine, the shoulders, and then we're going to show you some hip mobility, okay? So what Britt's going to do is, Britt, go ahead and grab the bottom of the PVC, good, and she's going to whip that PVC around, and then with this, she can pull this to get a good front rack position stretch, but to get an even better stretch, she's going to come into here in this little hook. At the gym, you can use a little J hook. It's called a J hook or J cup, yeah. And then go ahead and look through the window. So we see we're getting some external rotation with some flexion of the shoulder, and that's going to help. So there's external rotation with flexion. I couldn't help it. All right. So with this stretch, all right, that we're starting out by grabbing the bottom. The PVC is going along the outside, and then we're getting this position. So there's some flexion with some external rotation. We're going to hold it for 60 seconds. Repeat on both sides, okay? The other thing we can do if we don't have the PVC at the gym, we should, but if not, we're going to use the band, okay? Go ahead, Britt, with the band. Same sort of thing. And Britt's going to walk forward as she's looking through that window. Now with this, the reason I like a PVC is because the PVC is going to get us a little bit of external rotation. This is going to be more flexion, and I like the band to be a little bit lower. So on the rig, we'd have it a little bit lower. Some people will put it overhead, and that's okay, but ideally it's lower, so that's pulling back, okay? So that's thoracic spine and shoulders. Now for the hips, Brittany's going to go into a lunge position here. Go ahead, Britt. And she's going to get her left elbow down to the inside of her left ankle. So right here, the left hip is stretched. The right hip flexor is in play as well. And then with that left hand, Britt, go ahead and reach up to the ceiling. So she's opening up that thoracic spine, bringing the left knee in as she's opening up. And that's getting a good thoracic stretch with the hips. Where do you feel it the most?
My back, my T-spine.
In the back of the thoracic spine? Awesome, awesome. All right, you can hop up. So there's tons of other mobility. Do your favorite hip mobility and of course shoulder mobility, just to be ready to go from the bottom to open up into that thruster position. The shoulders are going to be important. They're going to get smoked on the double unders, as we know. And then also, if y'all have anything that you want to see on Functional Movement Friday, if you want to see more shoulder stuff, more hip stuff, please comment, let us know. We're here to serve y'all, and we want to be able to help you as much as we can with the mobility and the stability. Please like us, like our page for helpful tips as we go through. Hey, 17.5, finish strong. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for the help, dude. Awesome, awesome.